give us a countdown to when it's live. And we'll go into straight after that.
Should be good.
Hey there guys, it's Zero Mefno from Doublecrossedgaming, and I'm joined by Jester Logic, and we have Housier on camera, and we're going to be watching Team UE 100 Exception versus IDK, or I don't know. This is currently the game for the #1 position on the Game Throne ladder, and I think it's going to be a good one.
Shouldn't be a bit rushing about trying to get everything sorted out, so we will just be going live relatively soon, I should think. I'm just going to fill in some of this stuff, so if you guys can fill the space, I will fix this all up.
Sure thing. It looks like we've actually got more than 7 of IDK's roster here as well, so they'll probably be subbing some players in and out. I know Creature's here, and Creature doesn't normally play Crossfire, so it'd be interesting to see what they do. I haven't counted UEs either though. They might have more.
Yeah, okay. We're all sorted to go.
Can you raise my volume, Houser?
Yeah.
Cheers.
So we are just waiting for the teams to be ready now. I'm just trying to still scramble out to get my windows open, because we have been very much doing this last minute. Pop out. There we go. Actually, to restart my game. Have they started yet? This is very shambolic on my half.
No, not yet. They're all roaming around doing not much.
And how is my sound now? Is it any louder?
I have upped the volume of the entire stream.
We will full screen the game when it's actually started, don't worry.
Yeah, everyone's just preparing, and everyone's all just saying they're ready, so we'll be moving over to the first map soon, which I believe is Arx Novena.
We're going to do, I know, is it Dangerous Crossing is actually the tiebreaker map? If we manage to get the tiebreaker map?
Hold on. I will check. I don't want to be, like, proven wrong on any of it.
Yeah, this is a very last minute cast. We apologise for sort of throwing this all together. We might get a little bit off track for the first couple of minutes, but after that we should be fine.
Yeah, so we're doing the Defenders map, so we're doing IDK's map, which is Arx Novena, and then we'll be moving on to the Challengers map, UE's map, which is Crossfire, and then the tiebreaker will be, if we get to it, on Dangerous Crossing.
Should be a very good game. Any predictions?
Not really. I mean, obviously, IDK have a lot on the a lot to lose here, so they're going to be pulling out all the stops just to make sure that UE don't get any smart ones. But I don't know. We'll see. Could be interesting.
Should be good one. I think that obviously the votes are definitely in favour of IDK because they are the current #1 ranked in Europe. So UE are definitely the underdogs here, but it should be a good one. So we are moving over to the first map now. I do apologise, my audio quality is a little bit lower. I'm using my spare microphone as one of them is broken. As long as you can understand me, that's alright.
It's only good to me, man.
Okie dokie, Zero, if you'll do the pleasure of reading out the team roster on the next map.
Sure thing, as soon as my computer catches up. Oh, actually, we're moving on to Crossfire, so we'll be doing the, we'll be doing UE's map, the Attackers map first, Crossfire.
Indeed, and obviously because Heartbreakers are no longer in the 77 ladder at the moment, this is the kind of the 2 top teams, so Heartbreakers will be rejoining soon. I'm sure there'll be another kind of challenge. I think they might have messed up on the map switch as I'm reading the chat, but they might well just go ahead and play this straight off the bat for the first map.
Yeah, I was going to say, I was pretty sure it was Arx Novena first, but I think we'll be doing this one. So anyway, on Diamond Sword for IDK, we have Top Secret, Shad, Impaler, Creature, Pyo, Tool, and Crystallite, of course, the captain. And on UE, on Bloody Gull even, for UE, we have Gene Stealer, Typhoid, Macavity, Ale, LEW, Depths, and Visword, and that is 7 seconds until the game starts.
Should be a very good one. UE kind of originally were a very cluster-friendly team, and now they've kind of somewhat transitioned to much more of a sort of traditional playstyle team. So it'll be interesting to see how they do up against such a strong team as IDK. So we are going to open up now with the rollout from Vicelord, Ale, and Typhoid all pushing out into offense for UE, and Top Secret, Tool, Crystallite, and Creature all pushing out Creature, sorry, going for the cap on the right by looks. But we have seen a change to Safe 4 recently, so he is going for what looks to be possibly maybe a static back or a rock route. IDK have had a habit of subbing Creature out for this map in recent times, just because they usually only run one cap on it.
Yeah, we've got LEW coming in for a grab here as well, although he does get spotted by the by UE's defense, sorry, IDK's defense, and gets taken out pretty quickly.
Yeah, but Creature is indeed setting up for a static on the back, so we should see their offense pushing in pretty soon now. We have got Tool there, we've got Depths, Macavity, and Genestealer all on defense, so they've got quite a solid D here for UE, and Tool actually is taken down straight away, so there's not actually any disruption on the stand, so Creature is going to elect to wait on that back hill for his second offensive wave to push in. I have to get into the flow of talking quickly again. It's been a little while. But we have got LEW, Vicelord, and Typhoid all pushing in. LEW looks like he's going for a back to front route here, actually. Coming off that back hill, managed to slam straight into the back of the ship. He might well go for a static, as all his offense is still there. They might go for a cluster play here, but he does decide to suicide instead. So they have elected not to go for a cluster play. Ale is still pushing in as well. All the offense is still there. It wouldn't surprise if they go for a cluster. We have got Crystallite actually out, not Crystallite, sorry, Creature out through the midfield with a grab for IDK. Looking pretty good as well. He's on 450 health. Like I said before, the offense is still there. Creature getting a very nice hit on Typhoid and clearing up. Vicelord's there as an infiltrator, but actually does manage to get the shot on him. Goes for the disc, doesn't manage to prevent it long enough though, and Impaler picks up in the field and gets the cap on that one. So a very early cap from IDK here on Crossfire with 23 minutes left. It's now 1-0. Both generators are, as predicted, kind of down, and they probably will be down the entire game, as neither of these teams always elect to run a striker. Crystallite probably will pull one out on most of these maps, but we'll have to wait and see how that goes.
Yeah, it's actually interesting to see that both teams are actually running an infiltrator. Those Sonic Punch retrieves are going to be pretty much vital on a map like Crossfire.
Exactly. I know someone personally who does run infiltrator as one of my main classes nowadays. That is a very safe call to have that. It's basically a very long-reach defense player to get you those kind of last-minute returns.
Yeah, we've got LEW coming in for a quick grab now, although he has been spotted, and yeah, he does get taken out very quickly.
Crystallite shutting down. Vicel's still kind of hanging around top of the ship. Kind of, obviously someone heard his footsteps there, 'cause they are spraying around very maliciously around where he was, but either way we have got Creature setting up for what looks like a right to left route. He has been seen by the sniper, so he might have well have eaten a shot there. He's on 56 health, so I think he's going to go for a bit of a long reach to wait for his regen to kick in. Going for a bit of a high one. We have got Tool and Top Secret both pushing in onto the sand now to try and clear them off. Creature's back to full health and he's going to get a clean grabber here. Does get hit by something actually. He's down to 400 health once again, but he is out through the midfield and does take a shot from Macavity. Gets taken down, so the flag is now in the field with no chase from the other team. Genestealer is starting to push out to try and get the retrieve, and it looks like no one from IDK will manage to beat him there, so he does get quite a safe retrieve there. Top Secret still staying alive, but it's not going to be much good at this point. LEW is actually sitting on the back hill behind the IDK base for a static, and it's going to come in now while Vicelord and the rest of the offense, I think he actually messed up there. And they might actually going to pass it off. Very nice pass there with Vicelord doing an infiltrator grab and throwing it down. Doesn't matter though, he does get sniped down by Shad. Obviously taking that infiltrator away to do that grab means that there's not much disruption on the sniper unless your offense is really on the ball. So a very nice idea, but didn't work quite as well as I'm sure they intended to. Either way, Creature gets out with another grab. Very low though, so he decides to punt it through the midfield and gets very unlucky and hits a rock. Ale right there, right next to it, and decides to return that straight off the bat.
Makes a change from trees, eh?
Just some comments in the chat, running routes on Crossfire. Some teams do prefer to run a mix of statics and kind of full-fledged routes, but it does tend to divulge very quickly into a cluster-heavy map, just because of the size. For anyone who doesn't actually play drugs that often, or doesn't follow the sort of high-end strategies, cluster is where you basically just try and brute force the flag back. You'll grab it and just sort of walk it back to the enemy base, or to your base, sorry, from the enemy base. LEW did get sniped out once again by Shad there, so Shad really kind of making his presence felt on the defense here from IDK. The offense is still pushing in there, so they might well just try and cluster this with Typhoid and Ale, as well as Vicelord, all still kind of hanging around that base on the IDK, but it doesn't really matter either way. They haven't managed to really get a successful grab out yet. I think they need to kind of really consider going for some clusters. We have got Ali coming in for a front to back, but does actually get the flag off. He's on 37 health.
I think he tried to pass it off to Ale, but he he went down just at the wrong time, and Ale's now out, but complete no health at all.
You can fill in for a second, my game is not playing ball.
Sure thing, Vicewood here has actually picked up the flag as an infiltrator, and he's got Pyro on him. Shad is up though, and quickly takes him out. So it looks like Pyro's going to get a retrieve on that, and we're back to Echo apparently. 1 second. Alright, sorry about that, I had a bit of echo. So yeah, straight away, the flag actually did get out there for Team IDK. They managed to get out quite far, but got shut down pretty quickly by Shad by the looks of it. Gene Stealer's going to get a retrieve on that. So again, we've got Creature setting up what looks to be a right to left. He's going very high though, and with snipers such as Shad and McCavity on this map, it's pretty risky. Yeah, McCavity does take him out in midfield pretty easily. And we've got AL and Thyroid moving up through the middle, as well as Visword on the enemy base. Sorry, 1 second guys, I'm having a bit of an issue. Jester, you back?
I'll take that as a no.
No, I don't know what's going on. We've got Creature coming in for a quick route here. He's does get taken down very quickly. Crossfire is such a heavily defended map right now. Both teams seem to be running a 4 defense and 3 on offense. IDK, we've got Shad, Pyo and Impaler all hugging around that stand. Alright, LEW is setting up a route on the right hand side as well as Creature, so they're probably going to pass over each other. And they'll probably call out each other's targets, which is pretty bad. Both teams will know where the cappers are coming from. They're both pretty low, and it looks like they're going to do some back routes, probably even statics. We've got Thyroid disrupting for UE, although Shad, Pyo and Impaler are still up. I don't think Ali's going to be getting this, though he is moving in now, full health. No, it does get blocked by Pyo, sadly. Visor and Gene Stealer are still in IDK's base, trying to disrupt a bit for Creature's coming in now, back to front, and the stand should be his. He should be getting out with this. Tool's going to move to let him get it. Creature that gets it. He is an infiltrator though, so he's got not much health. Does get sniped out very quick, and that's a quick retrieve there. So again, both teams are going to do a bit of a reset here, get their offense back synchronized a bit better. Ali W is going to be coming in. It looks like he's actually going to go underneath. No, he isn't. He's going to go over the ship. Ale might try and pass it off to him here because that defense is pretty stacked. Yeah, it does get taken down, or at least very low. It's interesting to see the mixture of capping routes and static routes, though. All capping routes are getting shut down by that sniper pretty quickly. What do you reckon, Howsy? You got any opinion on tactics this one?
Unfortunately, Crossfire is definitely turning into a severe cluster map. If you get a decent sniper on either side, you're not really going to be viable with routes. Unless you've got some heavy O coming in, you're not going to get anywhere. So you've got McCavity chasing Creature around the back of the base at the moment.
Yeah. Ali actually got out with that flag there, although he did take one hit. Though that's quite a nice, was it a tree bounce I saw? Either way, it worked quite nice.
I was focusing on McCavity for a little bit.
No problem. Yeah, I think both teams are going to have to mix up their offense a bit, because right now it's just free offense and they're getting shut down and all the caps are getting completely destroyed. I think they need to push up more offense and try and get that flag out, even if it's just for a brief second. Saying that though, these teams do know what they're talking about.
Oh yeah, definitely. They're specifically number 1 and what is it, 3 or whatever it is for you at the moment?
Yeah, either that or 1 and 2, something like that.
Yeah, it's definitely they're definitely the most revered teams on the ladder at this point in time.
Ali W here coming in for a back route. Doesn't manage to grab it, does get taken out by his own teammate Ale there with a Merv. Very unfortunate. And Creature again is setting up a route. It's not often we see routes on Crossfire again, but he's coming in probably about... I've lost him. Oh no, he's going to do a static route. Tool and Top Secret are going to be moving in to get a bit of disruption though. Gene Sealer and Depths are on the stand for UE and they're all on full health. They've got to do a lot of disruption here by IDK to get that flag clear. Crystalite there as well now.
And Creature's now coming in.
That's right, Creature's coming in for a quick grab here. Depths is on the off the stand. That stand's completely clean, although he is covering it stand with Prox Grenade. Oh, Gene Sealer respawned and got one really nice hit on Creatures. Creature's actually on 20 health and does get sniped out. Oh, that was really unfortunate. I thought he was going to get that. And Nail's going to get the retrieve. Ali W is out with a flag. He's coming through the middle. He's on half health and the Sentinel is down. He's probably going to get this quite far. Oh no, Sentinel respawns and gets that shot. And that's a retrieve by Crystalite. So I think Justologic is having a bit of an issue here with his connection. He hasn't logged back in yet.
Oh dear, that's not
Oh
good.
dear.
I'm only meant to be the cameraman, man. I don't do talking.
I mean, either way, we've got Ali W setting up a long back route, and Creature is waiting at the back for a static as well. It looks like this is going to be a game of static routes and then clutch clearing. I use the word clutch rarely. Either way, Firewood's going in for a bit of a grab now, as well as Ali. So it looks like they're going to try and run two grabs at the same time, and just pray that one of them gets. Oh no, Ali's. I don't have a clue what Ali's doing. He's going around the back of the base, and he's not. I think he's going to do some kind of static. As for IDK, Top Secret's gone for an infiltrator grab. He's going to try and pass that out. He does miss the pass to Crystalite, but there's still two of them there. They could possibly cluster them. Crystalite there in the heavy though, so he's not going to get too. Yeah, sadly. Again, Ali W waiting on that back hill. He's just going to sit there for a while and wait for his opportunity. I'm thinking that he might even try and pass it to him. But we'll have to wait. So yeah, not much going on at the moment. We've got Ale spamming from afar and Visord is an infiltrator. Visord's going to get onto the stand, and I think this is where they're going to set up this pass. Keep an eye on Visord here. Oh no, he's gone for the generator.
Ooh, Top's going to pass to Creature, who's now low health, but quite a nice move.
Yeah, he's quite low. Ale doesn't manage to get a shot on him either. This could be a cap. Ali with the E-grab. He's also on half health. Takes one sniper shot, and there's the second sniper shot. So he does make it all the way back to his base. Tool was just in the right place at the right time. That is really unfortunate. So that makes it 2-0 to IDK. Unfortunate though, it's just like people, yeah, they're just not really getting constant grabs. It's one grab in the blue moon at the moment. A lot of infiltrator grabs just to get the flag off the stand, really.
Yeah,
Although we are seeing Crystalite and a Shrike now, so maybe IDK will be getting quite a few more grabs out pretty quickly. Possibly even, well, no, probably not a Shrike grab just yet. Pyro's can try and cluster that. He is being supported by Crystalite in that Shrike. He does have Creature and Top Secret as well. This is some proper cluster play here with that support from the Shrike. Visord is the only person here that can probably stop this now, and he's got to be very quick. Ah, and that was a timed retrieve and a never capped IDK.
Right, I'm back. Sorry about that.
Welcome back.
Some pretty hefty technical issues, not liking my computer.
No problem. Yeah, so we're currently 3-0 to IDK, and if you want to take Cobra Jester, or are you not in game?
I'm just reboot my game now.
Alright, no problem. So we've got Creature setting up for a route by the looks of it, and not sure if he takes some sniper shots. Oh, there we go, he does go down to the cavity. I don't even know why anyone would opt to play this map in its current state, to be honest.
The trouble is that the defense are becoming stronger and stronger, and they're on their home turf as they were, so it's a lot harder for the offense to successfully get anywhere.
Yeah, Chris right there with a beautiful midfield Shrike grab, and he's going to be completely home with that. UE have to do something very soon if they want to save this cap.
It was a very nice grab and pass directly from Vice to LE again, LW even.
Yeah, that's true. Again, both cappers setting up routes on opposite sides of the map. Although the creature does get shot out straight away by Macavity, you just can't go that high on this map, you will get shot down. Visword, I think, is going to do an infiltrator grab or something. He's going to, he's going to take out Shad, which means that Ali W can grab the flag. He's coming in right now. There's pretty good disruption actually. Impaler isn't on the stand, and he gets out. Ali is out completely clean, and the sniper is down. I take that back. The sniper just respawned and one-shots him. Typical. I'm just going to check and see if Shad is using Rage. He is indeed. So every time the flag is grabbed, Shad's going to be doing maximum damage for the next 3 of his sniper bullets. It's about 500 and something damage each shot. It's ridiculous, to be honest, but I think Macavity will be running it. Yes, Macavity is running it as well.
To be honest with you, it is the must-have perk now for snipers and pretty much any form of D, to be honest with you.
Yeah, I think it'll be banned pretty soon.
Just as a reply to one of the comments in the chat about the spectator system, but actually Black Ops 2, however much you like Call of Duty or not, is actually making a very big effort towards something like this, where they've got built-in casting capability within the client, so you'll be able to watch and cast the game directly through the game client as opposed to go through Twitch or something like we are now, or it might be an inbuilt Twitch client, either way.
Yeah, Tool is actually clustering this flag all the way, and he's got a lot of people chasing him. He's going very slowly. Creature and Pyro have come out to meet him though, and I think they're going to get the pickup on it, so they should be able to get this most of the way back to their base.
Yeah, we have got Gene Stealer pushing in as well as Typhoid pushing in to try and prevent this cluster back. I'm sure we'll see some of the defense push out even further. One of them goes down. Gene Stealer's still up on very low health. I'm sure Creature or PO. Creature does actually manage to take him down. AO is going in for the E-grab from the front. Does manage to get off the stand. So we are seeing a lot of cluster play here from IDK now. They have decided to punt it forward. It's a bit of a risky decision when they have a infiltrator, but they know full well that infiltrator has the flag at them. Does pass it off to W, and now we look like we're going to see somewhat of a stand-up here. Vital actually on top of the ship now, so he might well go for a sonic punch. He looks like he's going to go for it. He actually gets seen though, runs out of energy just before he can get to it. And now he's taking a lot of chain fire and does go down very quickly on top of the base. So we have now got the dinosaur flag retrieved, and that's going to be another cap. So there's now 5 with 8 minutes left on the clock in favour of IDK. Typhoid here with another grab from the front. Not looking too good though, 266 health and gets taken down once again by the sniper. So while I haven't been here for that much of the game, it looks, by the score and from what I have seen, that really you are having a problem kind of consistently taking out the IDK defense.
Yeah, I think both teams are actually having the same issue. It's just becoming a case of grabbing them as infiltrator, throwing the flag over and hoping someone grabs it quickly.
Exactly, we have got that strikeout for Chris Light. Like I said, we're likely to see it earlier on. Chris Light is probably one of the most known strikers in the game. He has actually got some saving missiles after the minute from the UE Doombringer. He's going to kind of just fly them out. It might actually get him, which would be quite embarrassing to see on stream, Chris Light. I hope we don't see this. No, we don't. We actually see it managed to get avoided. The defense now on both teams is having a chance to kind of reset after the offensive waves are pushing. Vice is still hanging around the IDK base, though, as infiltrators used to do, but he does get taken down by Impaler. Finally, as that's the first time I've actually seen him die.
Yeah, we've got Top Secret at the back as an infiltrator, so he's probably going to go for an infiltrator grab pretty soon. Creature and Tool are both in the base as well, so if he goes down, they're probably going to be able to get a pickup. Here he comes, he's coming in now, probably about 5 seconds out.
Does actually manage to time it with the there is a Claymore in the base, though. He does manage to clear it off on his own, but gets shot by Gene Stealer. Does actually get Gene Stealer down, but he did get bounced off the flag, so Deck's going to jump down to cover for him. Chris Light coming for a strike grab from the back. Managed to get it out, full health, 1,400, now down to 400. He needs to find in the field, snipe shots as well. Gets sniped down into the field. Creature's there to get a regrab though. Creature's going to pick that up. Dex is chasing. We've got a lot of people actually pushing out to try and chase this flag. Top Secret isn't going to get that before Dex. Dex gets a very nice return for UE there. So again, UE's defense actually seems to be holding relatively strong. Not many teams can hold for nearly 20 minutes against IDK.
Yeah, Macavity saving the day there, shooting out 2 people in a row from full health.
Exactly. Creature is coming from the left for a left to right route. Don't think he's been seen quite yet. The sniper probably would have tried to take a shot on him. He's on 56 health, so his reason hasn't quite kicked in yet. But he is going to go for a over the top of the ship from the back right by the looks of it. Gene Stealer's probably seen him coming in. He hasn't been. There is the proxinates. Doesn't manage to hit it. Does get knocked over. So Chris Light elects to go for a front to back grab. Just jumps with that out. Using that soldier class, he's wearing a Pathfinder skin for me. He is going to try and just kind of stay out of the sniper's view here to try and avoid as much damage as he can. Just wait for Creature or anyone really to come meet him to get the flag off him. We have got Top Secret doing just that to push out to meet him. Meanwhile, we have got Ali W actually out of the IDK base. So the first grab I've seen so far actually get well back to the base. He does actually get taken down, and a very nice mid-air retrieve by Creech. So that was a bit of a misjudgment there by UE for what looked to be, I think he tried to punt it to his defense. They've got Typhoid cutting Chrysolite off though, and Chrysolite's on looking 171 health. They do manage to clear him up, and that's pass off 2 PO, and this is looking like it's going to be another cap unless UE can really kind of crash the stand. Vicelord is on top of the base though, so he's probably going to go for a Sonic Punch here. Doesn't hit it, actually goes for a disc instead, and that cost from that one. Didn't manage to get the timing right on that attack.
Yeah, Vicelord isn't actually running Sonic Punch, he's running Close Combat instead. So if he gets the melee hit, he's probably going to kill his target, although if he's slightly off, he's not going to be getting that flag knock.
I have seen some people do some quite solid close combat retrieves as infiltrator, but I think in general Sonic Punch is just a much safer bet, because even if you don't hit that actual melee hit, you still knock it out of hands to buy your team some time, and in situations like that, then it's clutch really, isn't it? You need to be able to get that flag out of hands no matter what way you do it. Any kind of means necessary, as it were.
Yeah, exactly. Just to reiterate, IDK is on Diamond Sword and UE is on Blood Eagle, and it's currently 6-0 to IDK.
And again, for anyone who doesn't follow the scene, this is actually a very strong showing from UE, as IDK really, very rarely against, unless you're up against a team like Heartbreakers, they very rarely have much
Creature's
problem
out clean with that grab.
holding a
Really
team
nice
off.
disruption there from Chrysolite as the heavy.
He's going to fly straight into Ali W though, so he doesn't actually manage to hit him though. Ali W is going to pull off the chase as well as Typhoid. The entire team is now crashing out because it is the last cap. So this is a strategy we see a lot of teams do, where the entire team will just attack the base. We've got Vicelord, Gene Stealer, Ale, and Depths all pushing through the midfield. They do manage to get the chain down, and they're going to go for the E, or they might go for the return instead. Depths is going to try and pull off to go for return. Goes for the E actually. Chrysolite gets to pick up, and there's no one else there, and that's going to be the last cap to IDK on this first map. There we go.
Yeah, very nice. Again, Crossfire, you're not going to see very many grabs, so I was actually very surprised to see Creature even get out with that.
Exactly. So the second map will be Arxenine, I would assume.
Indeed.
Very nice play from IDK there. Again, I think it's safe to say IDK are the kind of the team that everyone is expecting to win, especially by game shrine votes. But UE are by no means a weak team, they're an extremely strong team. As we saw there, really getting down to kind of the last 4 minutes, which is not something you'll often see up against a team like IDK. Top secret, the gold noob.
I was looking at that. Everyone on UE is actually pretty much exactly the same rank, and then you got Top Secret, who's gold.
So yeah, we're going to move on to the second map. Any comments from the stream on that first map?
Arxenine is going to be very interesting. Sentinels are going to be just as strong, but then there are a lot of very quick routes on this, and quick back to fronts that you don't see on Crossfire.
Exactly. So here we go on to the second map. Zero, would you like to read out the teams?
Sure thing. For UE on Blood Eagle, we have Vicelord, Macavity, Gene Stealer, Thyroid, Chemical Fox, Ale, and Depths. And again on Diamond Sword for IDK, we've got Holmes, Shad, Top Secret, Impaler, Chrysolite, Creature, and Tool.
And just to comment, the tiebreaker map will be Dangerous Crossing if they manage to get to it. So we might actually see UE pull something out here and really impress us. It would be nice to see. It would be very good to see an IDK game that isn't against Heartbreakers to go to a third map. But from the show on that first one, I think UE are having a lot of problem breaking through that defense of IDK. This must be the first time I've ever seen Dangerous Crossing played on a competitive match, or casted match, if they do end up going to.
Yeah, same, definitely.
So yeah, we have got both teams' offense pushing right through the midfield already. Tool, Top Secret, and Creature all pushing up. So Creature actually isn't running a route, he's playing as Raider. So Creature is doing offense on this one. I'm curious who they're going to have capping. Maybe Tool, but he's also playing Raider, so
Holmes
we'll have to
is
wait and see. Oh yeah, Holmes is actually playing in for IDK, so he's going to start off going for a pretty standard back to front. We did see Creature go down already by scored, and some celebrations in chat because of that.
Yeah,
Either
Chemical
way,
Fox has actually just passed Holmes on the map as well, and I think he saw Holmes. So it'd be interesting to see now if UE's defence are all staring towards the back of their base.
indeed. I'm not sure whether the overlay has been fixed yet for grenades. Can anyone? Because if they're not, then we have got Chemical Fox running with... no, he is using explosive nitrogen, I was going to say. He does get body block by Impaler on the stand. So we are seeing the first caps coming through, and not much has happened so far. Both teams have managed to shut down the first offensive wave pretty solidly. So we'll have to wait and see how this one goes. It might be a stronger map for UE, you never know. Even though they did pick Crossfire themselves, but you don't always pick your strongest map, I guess. Top Secret is pushing in. as an infiltrator, so once again we are seeing infiltrators out much more than we used to. For anyone who hasn't been playing for that long, infiltrators used to be almost a joke, really. No one ever really considered running it until people realised just how dominant a Sonic Punch Retrieve can actually be.
That's very true. We saw a lot of them in the pug scene as well.
Exactly. We have got the offense here pushing in for UE, but once again they're getting cleared up pretty heavily with Typhoid going down by Creature there, who decides to hold back and just help clear off the defense. Clear up the offense from the defense, sorry. Ale is pushing up through the midfield as well. Might be a timing issue here from UE. I see them going in pretty much one at a time here. Ale goes down again in the midfield from what looked to be Creature once more, just kind of picking off their defense as their offense or as they pass them in the midfield. So we haven't got too much action going on. We just have a lot of teams, both teams actually kind of just setting up towards the midfield and setting up to come in for routes. Got the offense pushing in once again through the midfield. Chemical Fox actually isn't moving at the minute. He's just sitting on that hill nice and comfortably. I'm assuming he's waiting for his offense to really be able to get into position and finally push in.
Yeah, I'm not too sure. Thyroid looks like he was setting up a route, although he did get spotted. I'm starting to think he might be doing offense instead. Thyroid?
Typhoid.
Typhoid. Dear God. I've been reading that wrong for like a month now.
Chemical Fox is finally set out for his route, going for what looks to be a right to left route, so some side routes we're seeing here. Once again, not something we used to see all that much. It used to be kind of pretty straight right to front, but as defense got... Remember, we actually got a grab up from IDK, which I totally missed. Holmes is already home with this grab, and we have got Vice Lord Chemical Fox. Chemical Fox does manage to get the grab out, so that was a nice little E-grab there, just at the right time. He's looking very unhealthy in midfield, though, 14 health, so I think he'll probably punt this. He does try to go for the punt. He misses the punt, but he does manage to throw it forward, so I'm sure Ale managed to get that. Although Chemical is actually knocked out of the way. Creature is here chasing up against 4-5 of the enemy team, so I don't think we're going to see too much here. Tool has actually joined him as well. Although GC is looking very low, so they actually do quite a bit of damage. They're going to force him to pass off here. Two of their team looking pretty unhealthy. We have got the IDK base pretty secure now with Crystallite, Impaler, and Tool all there just to help on the defense. Shad is pushed up a little bit in the field just to help him get some shots through under that bridge onto the enemy offense. We've got Vicelor pushing as that heavy class as well on the left here, so he's going to start pushing in. That was actually a very nice retrieve, so we have got a first cap there.
Yeah, I was going to say that was the first standoff we've seen, but before they could even get in standoff positions, IDK sent free offense in straight away and got that retrieve.
It's something IDK have always excelled at, is that kind of that they don't let the enemy team set up, which is something you'll see a lot of newer teams do, is they'll want to set up their defense and then they'll push their offense in. Whereas IDK have such a good sense of it, they just kind of crash straight away. And we have got Holmes out once again through the midfield. Okamti does manage to get a snipe on him, but Creature is there as well as Top Secret. They've got Gene Stealer chasing, but I don't think he's going to stand too much of a chance right now up against these two players. And he's already down to 150 health. He does get a lot of damage on Top Secret, but it's not really going to matter because there's no one else there. Viceroy is going to try and push in with that heavy class, trying to hit the mortars. Not managing to nail though. Creature now with the pickup. Very low though. One sniper shot from base will take him out, but it's not going to happen. And there's a second tap straight off the bat from IDK. So we've got 21 minutes left on the clock, and it's already 2-0 in favour of IDK here on the second map, which starts in a minute.
Yeah, Holmes was actually already setting up his next route as well, and McCavity was distracted by Creature, so I don't think McCavity has even seen Holmes starting up his route.
It's very unfortunate, especially on maps such as this, with such quick back fronts. You have to see the gap come in, because as soon as he gets out, you're not going to be able to chase that. Unless you've got offense in the right place, you're not really going to be able to crash it. Holmes isn't coming in especially fast, 230. It was quite a hidden route, and he does take a disc on the stand, and quickly gets chained down by Depth. They've got Tool and Top Secret both pushing up from their base to try and get the pick up, but he doesn't manage to, and Depth just goes for an instant retrieve, leaving no one on the stand but none of the offense there to re-grab it either, so it was probably a safe call.
Yeah, we've got Chemical Fox coming in actually for a left to right, and the stand is looking fairly disrupted, and he gets out on half health.
He's out pretty quick as well for a side route, 260 I think he grabbed that out. Coming through the midfield now, this might actually be the first cap for UE if they can get that retrieve, although there is Creature and Top Secret both there, and they get chained down pretty heavily and a very nice return. Once again, that game sense from IDK really being the kind of clincher in their strategy. I think they all know exactly what to do and when to do it. Whereas a lot of no teams, if you have amazing players, it doesn't really matter if you have no game sense.
I wouldn't say that UE have, I wouldn't say
I'd
that
say UE
have no
fantastic
game sense,
but I think IDK have the fantastic combination of like excellent players and just that instinctual sort of game sense, just because they've been playing together for so long. Obviously, they've been a team in quite a few other games as well, as far as I know. We have got Holmes coming forward back to front. Coming in pretty quick, no disruption on the stand, and he does get body blocked, or it might have been actually a proxy.
Top Secret might go for a quick grab here though, and he does.
He does, indeed. We've got two chasing, like Depth and Gene Stealer. Tool is there in the midfield to try and help him out, so I just think we'll probably see a pass here. He's throwing down grenades just to try and get Gene Stealer. Gene Stealer is very low, does go down to Tool. We did see it down though. Depth's probably going to try and go for this return, but he might not survive long enough. Tool doing a very good job of just clearing up those chasers, taking them both down all on his own. So we did see a pickup from Creature there, who just crashed straight into it from the midfield. We've got Gene, Steele, McCamty and Ale, as well as Depths actually, all pushing out to try and stop this grab. But I don't know if they're going to manage to. The defense on IDK is also up. They might actually do manage to get down outside the base. McCamty is going to pick up that retreat just outside
That's
the
some
base.
offensive sniping right there.
That was a very nice push from Yui there to try and just make sure they secure that. We've got Holmes already en route though for a back to front, so they're really keeping that pressure up onto the enemy defense, having constant grabs going on. Holmes coming in under the bridge from the back. Again, one of those relatively hidden routes, and he does get out. 200 health, 50 now, getting chained down in the midfield. He does go down. Vital's right there to get the retrieve as well, so I don't think it's going to go anywhere either. Creature's there, but I don't think he'll let him pip out, and he does manage to retrieve that. But once again, this offensive pressure from IDK, picking up once again his tool. Creature's there in front of him as well as Holmes. He does, I thought he actually went to pump there. Holmes with a very nice mid-air pickup from the front. So he's going to take that a long way home, but he has managed to outrun all of the defense. So I think we'll see a lot of the UE defense now pushing out into midfield to try and cut them off. Holmes actually hitting a very unfortunate rock.
Yeah, Vital is actually playing the midfield role at the moment, and he's right in front of Holmes.
Exactly, and there's another comment in stream, GST 800, what the fuck? What's with all those cappers, 230 speed at top? We've seen, I think Holmes just hit a 280 actually, but either way, a lot of the time on this map, especially with such dominant snipers, you'll want slower, much more hidden routes, which is what we're seeing from IDK, and it's working. Most cappers will know a 300 plus route on this map, but it's one of those very kind of high routes where you're very visible a lot of the way. And with players like McCamty and Shad, you just can't afford to kind of be running into these top level snipers over and over again. It's just never worth it. You just waste a lot of time. Whereas what IDK are doing is they're having they're having some pretty strong cappers in the way of Holmes. He's hitting it, like I said, about 270, 260 from quite a hidden route. And then we're also seeing, like, if he doesn't get it, they go straight for the cluster play. Creature or Tool, pick it up, and they just try and walk it straight to midfield.
Yeah, Holmes is actually coming in for a very hidden, through the third hole of the bridge route, and if anyone knows what that means, that's a good route.
Exactly.
And he's out pretty quick.
A perfect example, once again, of hidden routes. The sniper just can't see that route coming in. And no, I apologize. Once again, it was a good question. Like, we have no problem with people asking questions like that on stream. But Holmes is back. I don't know if he's going to have the energy. Vital's actually there trying to get the retrieve. Holmes does manage to take him down. There was a cluster raid on stand there. But either way, he does manage to get the cap. So it's now 4-0 in favour of IDK with 60 minutes left on the clock. So this one's been a tiny bit more dominant. Top Secrets, once again, that offensive pressure. It was a front to back, but he's going to keep that defence on their toes. Pushing out through the back. He's going to try and I should think we'll probably see a pass off here to a Kappa. But he might just try and walk it back. He's on full health, 1400 health, with frag grenades and everything left. So he has got a bit of killing power behind him if they do try and cut him off, which they are now. Depths and Gene Stealer both pushing out. So Top Secret's in a bit of a dodgy position right now. So we have got Creature pushing out to try and meet, as well as Tool and Holmes. They're all pushing out. Once again, this cluster play. Holmes will pick up past that pathfind. He's going to try and thrust away. So Depths now being the only chaser, he's getting chained down by Creature and Tool. Once again, this sort of odd combination of routes and cluster play with Chemical Fox is already out through the midfield once again though. So we might actually see a standoff here. Never mind, Gene Stealer actually there to get the pick up from that kill. I think Shad sniped him out in the midfield. Top Secret there as well to try and get the retrieve. 3 of the UE defense here up against Top Secret. I don't think Top Secret's going to last too long, but now Tool is coming in to reinforce, and Gene Stealer's looking low. Does go down. Ale's actually there, but he's not close enough, and Tool is going to get this retrieve. Whew, my speed talk is a bit rusty. Got to kind of get back in the flow.
Yeah, IDK have to get back to the stand now. Vital is there, but he doesn't have the energy to get up. Oh, Jesus.
That's very unfortunate. Vital does manage to get it. And there's Creek saying, lol, Vice. I'm going to hope we didn't catch that on stream just to prevent ridiculing. But either way, Kevin Fox is out with another grab. Looking pretty low, though, 385 health. So he's going to get taken down in the midfield. I think he went for a pump there, actually. No one's there to pick up, though. I think we'll see someone just crash that from midfield. Airly, that's coming in from the bridge. Chris Light's going to get the first. Almost gets him with the grenade, kills him, but just about half a second too late. And I'm going to take a breath.
Sure thing. Top Secret's going in for a route by the looks of it, possibly disruption. Holmes is also coming in for a very hidden back to front now. Depths and Gene Stealer and McCavity are all on that stand though, although they are getting hit pretty hard by some grenades. Depths does drop a prox grenade, and that does unfortunately stop Holmes' route.
I should think what we'll see here, though, if they manage to clear this up, is Tool do a grab, and there it is, straight away. McCavity's the only one left alive as a Sentinel, so he's going to try and chain him down. Tool isn't actually paying too much attention to him, he's probably just going to pump that, and there it is, once again, straight into the midfield. Maybe we'll see a IDK player push out, but I don't think they're going to be at that point in time with McCavity and Depth both on that. McCavity actually doing some sniper chasing there.
Yeah, do we know if these grenades are true, the spectator grenade?
They're not, no. Unless their cappers are both running with Impact 91.
No, I don't think they are.
And I very much doubt that. We have got home. Speaking of caps, coming for a back front. Looks like he's going for a bit of a fast one, going over the top of the bridge this time. He might even use a nitron here. He does indeed. So he's going to hit that just under 300, I think, maybe just over. The top secret is up on stand, but doesn't seem coming in. So 280, hit that one up. Vice Lord in the midfield to try and cut him off, but didn't actually see him until a couple of seconds too late, and that's pretty much a safe cap. And that's the reason that you need to snipe on the ball on this map, just to address that previous point. Because if you can get out with one of those reasonably fast over the back routes, you're going to be home within 5 or 6 seconds. And we have got a strike out here for IDK with Crystalite.
Watching Holmes on the final exit off that route was really interesting. He was keeping his level completely high. He wasn't going very high. He wasn't going very low, if you know what I mean. He was keeping it completely at the same height.
Exactly. If you can get behind that bridge on this map, once you grab from direct back to front, just to answer another question that came from the stream, the question was, why didn't you get any snipes? And either the sniper was down, but if it wasn't, it's quite easy to keep yourself reasonably out of sniper sight on this map. So you can go under that bridge and keep it a reasonably constant height where you're always blocked. So the sniper has to push out to midfield and try and get you. We have Chris Lash using the offensive strike here, which is not something we see too often because of the recent strike nerf. But he is pushing in with Tool and Top Secret onto the flag side. I think we'll see a cap coming in any second. They might even try and cluster this. Camel Fox is out, so Creature decides to go for a front to back. I think we'll see Crystalite pull off here and go straight to Camel Fox. Although he does go down in midfield, and that flag is totally clear for IDK Holmes to retrieve straight away, and there it is. So I think we'll see a lot of support. Never mind, we actually saw a return there. I totally missed that one, but there it is. He does go down. Crystalite actually going for a strike there. Gets blocked on the stand, though. Does lose his strikes down to 300 health, and he gets sniped down by McCavity. So almost a waste of a strike, but I just think by this point they've got enough to buy another one. It's a pretty often tactic is if you've got enough to buy another strike, you go for the strike grab straight away. There's no reason not to at that point.
Yeah, and IDK's generator is still up, so he's going to go and buy that strike straight away, I think.
Exactly.
Indeed,
yeah, he is indeed. There it is. And we are seeing some annoying turrets down in the most awkward positions by... we have got a creature up for grab. I totally missed that one as well. I need to be more on the ball. There we go. That's the last cap of that game. And that was the second map to IDK, so that's the IDK taking that pretty handily with, was it 7-0 on both maps, I think?
Yeah, it's a lot more of a stomp than I thought it was going to be.
Again, I don't think it was Yuri playing badly. Yuri are holding reasonably strong. There's a couple of things, though. It's just that constant offensive pressure from IDK that are making them take that, I think. The defense just really didn't have any time to kind of reset themselves and take their time and really get back into the feeling that they were just getting constantly bombarded by cappers or by... the cluster play, either or, like always kind of attacking constantly and not letting them take a breath. And I'll be curious if they're going to play the last map just for the hell of it. It doesn't look like they are because AL and Crystal are both going offline. So,
No, I don't think they will.
Any last comments or questions from the stream or anything like that?
It was really interesting actually on Arc to see them running midfield. I mean, I know midfield works quite well on some small maps like Crossfire. Don't normally see it on Arcs, but with the Sentinels being as powerful as they are, a lot of the caps got shut down and then retrieved just by someone at midfield. It's very good. For both sides, I mean, for Yui mostly.
Someone says in chat, I have a question, can you tell me a little bit about DBLX? What would you like to know? I'll tell you the bait. We've been making videos on tribes for the last year. I think it's back pretty much actually dead on a year anniversary. Or it will be within the next month or so, I think, isn't it?
Soon, TM.
Yeah, soon. Doublecrossedgaming is not... Well, Doublecrossedgaming is a video making organisation, I suppose, by me and Zero. And Howsy here is our resident cameraman.
Hello.
It was his first stream this in a very long time, so feel free to give us some feedback. We are going to be running a Double Cross tournament soon. We're just waiting to see kind of when the New Bloods tournament finishes, and we know there's some announcements coming from higher soon on some tournaments, so we'll be kind of adjusting it around that. You can keep your eyes on that. If you want to check out all our video stuff, we do tutorials, casting, general sort of news videos and stuff for tribes at www.youtube.com/DoubleCrossGaming. The video competition is not done. The voting is up at the minute, so you can check out the voting video on our YouTube channel. And basically the winner of, or the top 3 out of the 5 finalists will be getting gold rewards.
Yeah, I think we're currently at like 200 votes or something, so it's going pretty good.
I did indeed post on Tribes. I will post it again later on and probably again during the week. The voting goes on, I think, for another 5 days, another 4 days. So if you haven't put your vote in yet, don't panic, you can still do it. And yeah, we've got a lot of news coming up soon. Actually, we have been partnered with IGN, and yeah, there'll be a lot of videos coming on that, kind of announcing what that actually means soon. But yeah, check out our YouTube videos if you haven't seen them before. Obviously, we did advertise this on Reddit and IRC and all this sort of stuff. So if you haven't seen it before, we've been casting for what 9 months, 8 months now on Tribes Ascend. I think we're one of the oldest going casting teams at the minute, and the other ones have sort of fallen apart, but we're still going. It's the important thing.
I'm gonna
Any
cap
other
this flag.
questions?
So pro.
Any other questions before we round this one up? Go on, throw them at us.
Dog said he was only going to go naked if there was free maps. Sadly, there's only 2.
It's a shame.
How so? You're using the Asian skin, man.
Yeah, man. We have a female voice, and I know it's
Okay, we'll round this up then. I'll do the last shout out. We'll do a shout out as Yozo posted in the chat to playerpug.com if you want to come play with high level players or other new players as well.
High level players or just the logic.
Or just logic. Hate you, Zero.
You
Yeah, if you want to come play with this, check out playerpug.com as Yozo posted in the chat. You can come hang out with us and play games with a mix of competitive and non-competitive players. It's usually a bit of a laugh. You can check out our YouTube stuff as the URL is on the screen now, I think. If not, it's www.youtube.com/doublecrossedgaming. You can look at our Facebook, although we haven't been using it too much recently. If we get some more people know, we might be using that more often. Keep your eyes peeled on our channel for news upcoming about our partnership and our kind of, I can't say, the secret stuff coming soon. Secret announcements and all these sort of things. And no problem for the cast, and we'll see you next time. Any last comments, Zero? Any shout-outs?
Nope. I'm good.
Nope.
I hope to see a
Awesome.
rematch when Yui might revise her tactics, and I'm hoping to see the rematch.
Yeah, we give up.
Also,
Yep.
there are quite a few teams. One thing, actually, there are quite a few teams that are getting quite high up on the European ladder as well, and I'm looking forward to seeing some of them challenging IDK.
Exactly. There's a lot of teams who have formed quite recently who are doing very well. Specifically, PLD are a team I've got my eyes on. Who I've seen they've been doing quite well on the ladder, and I know a couple of them watching the stream now. But yeah, if they can get their stuff together, get their strategies all kind of down to a T, they've got some very strong players. The Force. Should we? Oh yeah, Flamboyant as well. Another new team that's formed who are doing very well. I think they're at, what rank are they in? Are they 3? I think they're rank 3.
They are currently rank 3.
Yeah, Flamboyant and Nevermind are 2 teams you really want to keep your eyes on. PLD, there's a lot of teams like Clutch, PLD and everything that have some amazingly strong players, and once they get their strategy kind of down to the T, like that the IDK level of game sense, we can expect to see them do extremely well. And yeah, I think that's about it, so we'll round this one up, and we'll see you guys next time.
Cheers, guys.